Hey everyone, Redheaded Mystic. My name is Amanda and welcome to the Dead Garden. Happy September everyone. It feels like fall even though we're not officially in fall yet, but yay for cooler weather. I love summer, but I really love fall and spring. Those are my favorite seasons. I thought we'd do a off-the-cuff reading and see what's going on with the energies. Yeah, I thought I'd try a different setup, see how that works. This feels a little bit more comfortable than being on the couch. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Alright, so this is the wild unknown archetype. Spirit, what can you tell us about the energy? What's going on? What's going on? Too many. Oh, okay. I just heard take them. Really? Yup. There's a lot here though. Take them. Okay. Creator. Seed. The stone. I haven't had this one come out before. And the nectar. Okay. I like how these two cards, the first and the fourth one, are like in color, and then the centers are in black and gray, or black and white, however you want to say it. Wow, bottom of the deck is the one. Okay then. And the heart. Okay, so underlying the one and the heart. I feel like someone is really in their emotions right now. Or it's just a really emotional time for some people. I feel like with the creator, there's a huge creative process going on. You could be an artist, you could be creating things. And with emotions, you know, artists are, that's where we create from. We create from our emotions. It's also where you will manifest the best. It's just funny that comes up because I was thinking about manifestation the other day and how some people say that they try and manifest and it doesn't work. They read books, they do, you know, affirmations. The thing with manifestation is it comes from a place of emotion. And the best way that I can describe it to you is emotions is where all of your power lies. So, So for those of that are into X-Men, let's put it this way, or anybody like in fantasy or any that kind of sort of thing, where like special abilities and special powers come into play, that comes from a place of raw, powerful emotion. So in those sorts of movies, oh, and there's even the, what is it, the Professor Peregrine and like the school for whatever kind of children, they learn, and like X-Men, where they learn from like, okay, so I can't remember which one, but one of the guys has to tap into his anger in order to create his firepower, right? So that's where that's going to come from. Some have to create from their emotion of love. Some have to tap into their emotion of what's the other one? Like grief and sadness. So when you are deep into a certain type of emotion, that's where you're gonna manifest. So whatever emotion it is, if you are hyper focused on that, and whatever you're trying to focus on, that's what you're gonna manifest, whether it be good or bad. So if you're in a state of grief and you're crying out to the universe and you're praying to God and you want something to change and you are specific and focused on that thing, that's the thing that you're going to manifest. Manifestation will happen, not right away, and you know, until you get to that point and you become like, you know, what's considered an alchemist and a manifester who can manifest within 24 hours. But manifestation takes time. So yeah, a kind of side note, but anyways. Okay, so yeah, so a lot of people are in their emotions and they're creating from this, and I feel like there's a shuffling going on, like a rearranging going on right now in the darkness. And with the seed and the stone, yeah, with the stone, there's like the triangle, which makes me think of that Alchemist and like the Harry Potter, what is it? The hot, wow, my mind is blank today. I'm all in emotions and not in head. The head is clear, there's blank. Yeah, so I'm gonna go with that, just because that's what I'm talking about. So it feels like someone's in their creative process. I feel like things are shuffling around in the darkness. I feel like someone is trying to heavily manifest because they're deep in their emotions and they've planted a seed, right? And it's kind of like swirling around, much like the darkness and things shuffling. And the seed is a pearl. So a pearl of wisdom they're trying to tap into, they're trying to understand higher divine wisdom of something. Maybe a person with pearl could be love, maybe their divine purpose. And again with the stone in the middle is like colorful, almost looks like a gemstone, right? So maybe their inner truth, again, it could be love, doesn't have to be. With rainbows and renewed hope, maybe someone's going through a really difficult time and they're trying to understand the wisdom of that time or what their purpose is in the future, what they're supposed to be doing, which makes sense with the shuffling around. Someone is going through a really heavy change. Like a new life. They're preparing for a new life. They're, wow, okay. So I'm getting like someone being, I don't want to say broken, but like I'm getting like a person in the dark and I'm seeing like different cracks all over their body, and it's almost like they're shifting and reforming their self into something. Sorry. I was thinking Transformers. I just watched the Transformers the other day, but yeah, where you shift into something else, right? It's so funny. Yeah, and with the nectar, with the orange and the pink. So pink is about self-love, and the orange is sacral, which is your creativity and your desires and what you want in your life. So yeah, that's really, and there's like a little hand that's reaching for the flower or the rose out of the darkness. So maybe someone's inner child, they're digging deep in themselves and understanding what their inner child, who that inner child is, and they're remembering, and they're understanding, they're trying to understand the inner wisdom of that child, because that's what should drive you in your life. So if you're not sure about what your divine purpose is, and you're not sure about which route to go, you have to remember who you were as a child. You have to think back, and not everybody has a great childhood, of course, but as children, before we are, you know, completely kind of ruined, if you will, there are things in our heart and in our soul that hit us at those ages that really shape who we are and what we look to, and the things that bring you joy and really fill you up in those moments. Even if there's chaos and pain going around you, what is the things that you used to lean into, right? What were your skills and your talents at that age? What did you enjoy the most? So yeah, this is a really beautiful reading. Okay. Hopefully this is making sense, because I feel like I'm all over the place as usual, but okay. And then yeah, so with the bottom of the deck, there's the one. Someone is heading towards the light. So yeah, again, with this pearl and the inner gem, the inner self and the soul, they're transmuting their pain, and they're trying to reach out for the nectar and the sweetness of life. Their inner child is healing, if not healed, and they're trying to understand their divine purpose. And again, with their heart, and it's all pink, right? So self-love, and in order to love someone fully and find that divine connection, your counterpart, you have to first learn to love yourself and be healed, so that that relationship can really stand the test of time, right? And there's two people again on there, so this could be a romantic love as well. And then again with the gemstone, so there's a lot of, oh wow, is that supposed to be? That's interesting. So in the gemstone, it looks like cosmic, almost like kind of a nebula, and then there's like the two stars, and they look like rings. And then I'm being drawn to like the wheat and stuff. So I feel like there's a harvest coming in, so that you're going to be reaping the rewards of all of this work. And really grounding and rooting a foundation that is going to ultimately bring you a life of balance and peace. which has also kind of been the energy that's been going around. That's beautiful. So if you guys are doing this work, I mean, good on you, because, you know, that's what life's about. Okay. That was a mouthful. Wow, I haven't even asked any questions yet. In my head, maybe. The bear. I was gonna go for the creator. So I'm thinking of Mother Bear. So you could be a mom. You could be fierce, like a bear. And there's like, I don't know, it's like a sun at the top, I feel like. You might resonate with a bear being your totem or your spirit animal. Maybe you're dreaming of bears. Maybe you are a fierce mama bear. A protective, or like taming the wild bear inside. I don't know why I'm thinking of that. That's interesting. I think his name is Tristan from Legends of the Fall, where Native American, I think that he resonated with the bear and the wild kept calling to him, and he had to fight the bear within him and fight like an actual bear. And I believe he got the claws for it or something like that. You could even resonate with shamanism as well in that. Wow, that was a lot. Okay, very cool. What can you tell me about the seed? Okay. The stingray. Okay, so with the stingray, I'm looking at the chakras aligning. So again, in the darkness, someone is doing the work. They're trying to align their chakras. They're trying to, you know, keep their third eye open, their crown open, their throat chakra open, their heart chakra open, their sacral, their solar. So someone is doing the work, yeah. So that they can have the seed grow. And with the stingray, it flows in water, almost like a bird in the sky. And so someone is definitely flowing through their emotions, which was the energy check-in yesterday that I did, where someone is going through all of their emotions and they're doing it more with ease, and things are opening up and they're allowing to this emotion and communication to come out, and it's becoming a little bit easier. And much like the stingray, the process can sting. It can be painful at first, but once you let go and release, it becomes easier. You know what I mean? What can you tell me about the stone? Tell me about the stone and this alchemy. Okay. I got the zebra and the crow. Yeah, so like land and sky. And again with the stone, and it almost, okay, so stones are created, like gemstones are created in the ground, right, in the earth. And then this, I don't even know what this is. If this is supposed to be another stone, it almost looks like an eyeball. like bird's eye view, right? So to be a proper alchemist, you must learn to see beneath, below, as well as above and high, right? So you have the third eye, right, for the ground, and then you're able to see bird's eye view as well and fly around and pick up. So it's almost like an egg. And be protective in that. When you're going through this process, you have to be protective of your transformation. You need to be it's not really a good way of saying that. Like, you need to have strong, tall boundaries, right? Not be so completely like walled off in a fortress, but like be the fortress, right? If that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, what can you tell me about this nectar? What can you tell me about the nectar? Okay. Okay, hawk and peacock. Hawk and peacock. Again, so sky and ground, right? Because peacocks don't fly, they strut around. So reaching for the beauty in yourself, the beauty in communication and what that does for you, communication with yourself, communication with higher God and wisdom, communication with the people around you. And then with the hawk and those colors, having courage to do that. Yellow is solar, and that's being whole and being courageous and standing in your power, right? Being fierce. And hawks are usually solitary creatures unless they have a mate, I find. Sorry about all the door slamming, if you can hear that. Yeah, so you may be doing all of this work and there's a loneliness, and not a loneliness in the sense of there's like, you're never alone, because being alone is an illusion, you know? But it feels really lonely when you're alchemizing your pain, when you're in your raw emotions, speaking your raw truth, being authentic, learning how to be a healthy, balanced person and in alignment. You know, it's why people don't do this. People don't want to do the work. It's so difficult. It's so painful. It's a really hard journey. But for me personally, I didn't have any choice left. You know? I wasn't gonna lay down and die. I wasn't gonna just roll over and let everybody make my decisions and not have any passion and not have any heart and not have any, you know, life. So if you're an artist and if you're a person full of emotion and empathy and a big heart, you got to do you, right? You got to heal. You got to go down that journey. And honestly, would you rather live the pain of how you're living for other people and letting people affect you, Or would you rather switch that and be in pain for yourself, for your growth, for your healing, and for your purpose and a better life? Because at least you get something positive and amazing and abundant and like happy and joyful and healing out of that, as opposed to dying out of that, right? So pick your pain. Right? All right. The entertainer. So yeah, you could be an entertainer. You might like to entertain. A creator, an artist. That really resonates. I like the purple in this card, the purple and the gold. Maybe you have like you have a love for, well, there's a lot of self-love and a lot of like romantic love going on in here. And red and blue are like the masculine and feminine kind of counterpart colors, and red and blue together make purple. And with gold, there's abundance and prosperity in that, right? And again, the entertainer, there's like little hearts in this, and it's like cosmic wisdom in the self-love and in romantic love. I like that. That's nice. So yeah. Okay, the seed, stingray. What can you tell us about that? Can you tell us about seed and the stingray? God, these cards. Spirit. The Nine of Embers. Wow. Oh, okay. Somebody's holding something back in their chest, and it's gonna blow up like a volcano at some point. Something's getting ready to blow. Someone's getting ready to release the heaviness that's on their heart and step into their courage with how the volcano shoots upright. So I'm getting like, again, with solar and the courageousness and the wholeness, they're gonna blast their heart open and let all of that out. Be courageous about it in releasing it. And some people aren't gonna like it, and who cares? If it's right for you, it's right for you. Don't live your life in a pain where you're keeping things all fucking, excuse my language, all like pushed down. Oh my God. I was having a hard time breathing the other day too, like 2 days ago. And this is divinely driven because it's like shooting upwards to the heaven, right? Wow. Okay. I was not expecting that. Okay. What can you tell me about the stone and the zebra? The zebra? Yep, the zebra and the crow. The Five of Lotuses. Now I know all these cards are pretty colorful as is, but I feel like the sky with the swirls and then like even the water is really significant with the gems in these. Sky feels like freedom to me. And this gem, this inner gem. Five of Lotuses, destruction. There's loss going on right now. Yeah, so with all the shuffling that's been going around and this person that's been keeping everything in and is extremely heavy on their heart, heavy on their chest, I feel like things are crumbling around them right now and they're in some sort of distress. And again, remember I was talking about at the beginning where I saw someone like all cracked up and it was like they were rearranging and transforming into something. So I feel like this is the current energy right now that's going on. Because they're trying to find that balance of their shadow and their light. Which is why they're reaching out from the shadow, trying to go towards the light and find a balance in that, find the sweetness in that, and the self-love in that. Okay. What can you tell me about the nectar and the peacock and the hawk? That came out not Ace of Embers. That's beautiful. Look at that. Again, so like the beauty of light and the burning in the darkness. So this even could be about a masculine. And again, there's no gender in tarot. Put yourself where you belong. So you can be a person in their masculine energy, you know? I mean, females do it too, but like males are known for stuffing stuff down and not talking about it. Yeah, and the swirl inside the flame and the fire, growth, the golden ratio. This is the balance, this is the expansion. This is really beautiful. And I feel like it looks like little bubbles around. I'm getting like a freedom from this. Once this person lets out the heaviness of heart and explodes, and there's a freedom in that, they're gonna release it. It's gonna give them freedom. Because what choice do they have? Everything is crumbling around them. They're breaking. It's gonna release, and their fire is gonna be completely like a bonfire, and it's going to burn whatever is left from them away that is no longer needed. So person, places, things, anything that doesn't serve them anymore is going to be gone, and it's going to release them, and it's going to give them a freedom, and they're going to feel like almost like an effervescence, right? Like a lightness. Okay. I like that. That's good. All right, let's do some final. Okay. See, I'm already feeling better. I'm already feeling lighter. That's good. All right, let's get through this. Okay. The Entertainer. What can you tell me about that? Final messages. Long journey it's been for people who are going through this. But you're almost on the other side. Keep going. Lion. How very cool. Okay. 17 adds up to 8 or reduces to 8. 8 is abundance. Yeah. high self-esteem, authority figure, majestic, fair, devoted, overcoming difficulties, right? So overcoming difficulties in your expression, overcoming difficulties in your creativity. Yeah, with the courageousness, having healthy pride, not pride that hinders you and blocks you, but pride of the self for doing the work and being, you know, a person who stands in their integrity and their accountability and a happiness for life, you know, changing your perspective. Okay, what can you tell me about the 9 of Embers? Okay, there's 3 here. Okay, I'll take them. All right, so we have the rabbits. So new beginnings, desire. So the desire for the seed to grow, the desire to let this off their chest. They're feeling timid about it. Being clever in their communication, right? With the centering and wanting to release this off their chest and get it done, but to do it in a brave and like articulate way. And when you have everything, so with your solar in your sacral and you have everything aligned, it's going to multiply, right? And again, with rabbits, it's about procreation. So this definitely could be getting off your chest of someone that you're interested in. Fireworks. Okay, I can't make that up, right? There you go. Again, with the explosion, with the volcano, fireworks are an explosion. This is about passion and chemistry and exhilaration. This is about happiness. Spring, again, can't make this up. New beginnings. New beginnings are coming. A flourishing, a growth, a surprise, excitement. Again, fertile. And we're moving into fall. So all this fertility and this growth, I mean, you could want a family, you could want kids. That might be something. A new cycle springing into action. Yeah, that's beautiful. Good luck to you. Five of Lotuses. Ladybug. An abundant life. Wishes coming true. Again, balance. Comfort and leisure. And with this flower, right, it's blooming. And, okay. So again, how the freedom is like up here with the expansion and growth. And then whatever no longer serves is going down, right? So again, expansion and growth up here with the thing, and then the ladybug is facing downwards and is going downwards. So balancing like the tree of life, right? As above, so below. As within, so without. Ace of Embers, what can you tell me about that? Final messages, Spirit. That is too many. Okay, I'm not taking the ones in my lap, but I will, because it's way too many. Okay, so Gaia, Mother Earth. Yeah, grounded, purpose, duality, your inner and outer worlds, your balance. Again, with the fertility. So yeah, you might want a family with this person. 4 is grounded, is family. You might see this feminine, again, reaching for the flower, communication. Again, it doesn't have to be super romantic. It does feel like that when it comes to these 3 cards. But this could be like a passion and growth and new beginning of life. This could be like new prospects, right? This could be like really deep connective partnerships. And service for like the earth itself, right? Which is, the earth is about fertility and about not feminism, but like feminine qualities, like growth. What are we at? We're like 41 already. Really? Wow, okay. And so, okay, so the underlying is like the element of water. So again, with all of the emotions flowing out. Then we have compass and true north. So this person is your true north. This releasing and your freedom and your purpose is your true north. That's what you should be striving towards, that you should be going towards. Seeking truth in your direction. And again, we're moving into fall with this fall full moon. There is a full moon coming up at the end of this week, I believe. Yeah, the culmination of effort and the harvest of it, the fruits of your labor. Focus on your needs and moving forward. The time has come. And then with the compass, that's 22, right? That's a master number. That's the number of partnership, your life path. This is amazing. We're going to end it there. This was a really cool read, you guys. Well done on your healing. Keep going. It's painful now, but it's all going to come full circle, and you're going to see everything that led up to this, that was guiding you, all the signs, the synchronicities, the symbolism that you've been picking up on. None of your healing and none of the pain that you've gone through is going to be in vain. It's all going to be well worth it. And you'll see it on the end of it, right? All right, God bless you guys. Peace.